So here in front of me, we have lot number 266 in our Fine Japanese Art auction beginning on June 12th at 1 p.m. Central European Time. As you can see, this is a very, very large and imposing screen with 6 panels. And this is dated to the early 16th century or first half of the 16th century, which is exceptionally early for such a screen. Of distinction is that it bears the seal of GEIAI. So there's actually 2 seals and they're at the very bottom left of the screen, right next to these tussling sparrows over there. One reading Tonshu, which means respectively yours, and the other reading GEIAI. The seals of GEIAI are exceptionally rare. And we can see that in the auction comparisons that works which bear the seal of GEIAI sell for exceptionally high prices. For example, one at Christie's in 2004, a rather similar scene of birds and flowers with a heron and also a sparrow crafted in a similar manner as on our screen, sold for around 433,000 euros converted and adjusted. And the second auction comparison, which is also at Christie's, in 2002 this time, again, 2 rather small paintings bearing the seal of GEIAI, which sold for 322,000 euros, converted and adjusted. From this we can deduce that mostly the works that are known by GEIAI or bearing the seal of GEIAI are rather small-scale paintings, and to have a preserved example of this size and of this power is exceptionally rare. We have actually found a museum comparison which bears the seal of GEIAI. It's a pair of 6-panel folding screens similar to the one as here, and these are actually designated an important cultural property and are in the Kyoto National Museum. And furthermore, there's also a rather similar one, I would say even more similar than the last one we spoke about, which is in the Nezu Art Museum. And this is dated 16th century and was exhibited in 2015 as part of the Animal Worship exhibition. Another very important distinction of this piece is a very rare animal, which you can see just here to the left of me. This is the Yako Neko, also known as a musk cat or a civet cat. Paintings of these are exceptionally rare. There are very few examples known in various museums. There's of course the most famous one, which is in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. There's also 2 screens with similarly painted cats. So even on this screen, the presence, because GEIAI mostly focused on birds and flowers, it almost feels like it's out of place. And I think it is almost a little bit of a humoristic twist, because even the Yako Neko itself looks a little bit confused as to what it is doing on the screen. But you can see that it is painted in a very similar manner than the rest of the composition. And the closer you look at the screen, the more details that present themselves. So we have lots of different birds. Of course, the most imposing one being the 3 geese, which are in the center of the composition. But we have various exotic birds. We have the sparrows and we have pheasants. Also in this area to the very right, we have a couple of quails, we have mandarin ducks, and hidden in this midst of these various flowers, we also have a praying mantis there. So lots and lots of details on the screen. Not a lot is known about GEIAI as a painter, with only very few works. But recent Japanese scholarship has suggested that works bearing the GEIAI seal and also the Tonshu seal may be attributed to a very specific painter, which is Oguri Soritsu, who died in the mid-16th century. It may be that this is the painting by this artist. What really characterizes GEIAI's studio and perhaps also Oguri Soritsu's work is this use of the boneless technique. This is very important, as we can see that the same boneless technique is used on the painting in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and also in the Minneapolis Museum of Art from the Mary Griggs Burke collection. When comparing these, you can see that they are very, very similar. And I believe them to be these particular sparrows, which you can find in boneless technique. So basically, they are painted without a preparatory drawing. And this is seen throughout the screen, actually. It gives this a really lifelike impression. I believe that they are placed so closely to these seals as they really are this trademark by the artist. So this piece also has very, very nice provenance. It comes from the Rook family and was once located in the Ivy in Chippenham, United Kingdom. And we can also see one image where the Rook family crest is shown in front of the present screen. So the estimate here is starting at 20,000 euros with a high estimate of 40,000 euros, which when you're looking at the comparisons we provided of smaller scale works by GEIAI, considering that a screen by GEIAI or bearing the seal of GEIAI is also designated a national treasure, this is of course very, very low, and I believe this to be a very important artwork. So I wish everybody the best of luck to win the bidding for this beautiful lot, and I thank you for listening.